Okay, gonna head out. Of course, among a few things I have to do, going to a supermarket. Actually gonna get some real food and real quantities to eat this week. Before I went out, I wanted to reiterate the purpose of this challenge if I wasn't clear earlier in the week. This was a blueprint for people coming to Vegas if you didn't want to go overboard on what you're spending on food. If you're gonna make a road trip, you're gonna spend money on gas. A lot of people are gonna come in on a flight, spend a lot on the flight. Depending on your status, you may or may not spend a lot on the room, but you have a lot of flexibility in what you spend on food. And if the goal of the trip is just poker, then you're going to be earning a lot of comps that you could use at the end of the week. So you could spend a little cash early and use a lot of comps late, and you don't have to come close to going overboard on your food expenses. So that's what I was trying to do. Let you know that it could be done. A lot of variations to what I did, but that was the purpose. Now at the elevators, why was $12.86 enough at MGM to spend $13? The 12.86 hours is me counting my hours at the table. I only count time if I am at the table dealt into a hand. But most places, including MGM, even during this rakeback challenge, you stay clocked in, accruing time and comps until you miss a blind. So when I ask for a transfer, when I take a break and just walk around the casino, when I'm eating, when I'm using the bathroom, those minutes, I'm still clocked in at the table until I do it for so long that I miss a blind. But for me personally, the numbers I give you, I played this many hours here and this many minutes, I don't count it because I wasn't at the table dealt in. So yes, over the course of about 13 hours of play, there was at least 8-9 minutes I was away from the table. So I didn't count it, but I was in the system and earning time. And before I get into the numbers, 2 shout outs are in order. The first, didn't get your name either time. We met the first time that night at MGM where Conrad's meetup game was canceled. We were both there to play in that meetup game, and then it didn't happen. Yesterday at Caesars, you were wearing an LSU hat. Said, oh, you're still watching the videos, so thanks, even months later, for still watching the videos. And also at Caesars, when I was cashing out, didn't get your name either, but we were talking about the challenge, and you gave me a tip about Starbucks. I don't drink coffee, so I'm in Starbucks so infrequently, almost never. I didn't know Starbucks was still 1-to-1 comps at the Flamingo Food Court and Earl Sandwich and PH. You know, if it's $10, that means 10 cash. It means 20 if you want to pay in comps. It just seemed like all the popular places went 2-to-1, so I never thought that Starbucks had stayed 1-to-1, but he told me there's a breakfast wrap for $7. So Caesars, you only have to play 3.5 hours, and at 2-to-1 comps, you get your 7. You go to Starbucks, and you pay, you know, 1-to-1, $7 comps for something that costs $7, and that would have been good to know earlier in the week. Bad timing that I found out on the last night of the challenge, but shout out to both of those guys. Thanks for watching the videos. You know where I am. Canseco's gas station, best priced gas in Vegas. That's their claim. It's $4.60 today, the gas. I haven't seen anything better on the drive here, but I haven't checked every gas station in all of Vegas. But while I'm here and no one else is, let's go over some comps. Venetian played 2.12 hours. These will all be in decibel form, not hours, minutes. 2.12 hours, and that was it. Decided not to play there so much going forward, so those comps went to nothing, never used any. MGM went over why the 12.86 hours meant I could use 13 in comps, so I was left with pretty close to 0 after playing and using comps at MGM. Aria, 21.14 hours, so double that. $42.28, used $40 of it, left me with $2.28. The double cheeseburger is 15, the fries are 5, so each meal was 20 total, 40 for the entire week, got me down to $2.28 left over. All right, outside Smith's, finally got here. Caesars locations. Caesars was 8 hours exactly, so 16 in comps. Bally's was 11.76 at 1-to-1, so that totals $27.76, and I used 25 of it, leaving $2.76. The turkey sandwich was 14, the cake was 6, the muffin was 5. So I had $2 about left over at Venetian, about 2 left over at Aria, about 2 at Caesars locations. So, you know, if I played it very, very efficiently, I could have had a little snack somewhere else along the way for like $6 or $7 or so. And can't forget about the cash that started all of it. I had the $25, used $24.87 of it. Okay, back at X, got some real food. I know all you math aficionados were adding the hours, as I was saying them for comps reasons, and you know, 55 hours, 53 minutes. That is 7 hours, 59 minutes per day. So close to 8 a day. And I made $1,347. Don't usually give daily results, but I know a lot of people like them, and as long as I'm giving you these other stats, I'll tell you that. A lot of it was one day. On a Friday, I was between rooms in the late morning, found a decent game at Aria, and then after that it was just amazing. MGM, our table, it was probably the best table for me this year in Vegas in terms of like characters and the showdowns and the all-ins. That was a great game. Went to Caesars after that, and that was a very good game, and then went to Bally's after that. That was my last stop, and we had one guy making the table fantastic. So most of the money came that one night, and that's it. Challenge successful. First successful challenge for the channel. The 1,000 days in 100 hours was a very quick fail. So now I'm 1 for 2 on channel challenges. And tomorrow, back to some more day-to-day things, but I have some future challenges that I'm thinking of. Maybe in October, do something similar with a bit of a variation to it.